Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Drop, and today we're going to be talking about the best hoop shoes that you can get for volleyball. So if you guys didn't know, I actually didn't really know until I kind of started doing this. So volleyball players wear basketball shoes a lot, right? And I actually have a lot of fans that do play volleyball and watch my content for volleyball, so I thank you for that. If you're a volleyball player, shout out to you. But shout out to Mike, right? So Michael the Fire Angel, and also a lot of you guys hit me up on DM on Instagram and also TikTok asking me what are the best hoop shoes for volleyball. And I don't play volleyball. I mean, I play it like sometimes, just with some friends. I'm not good. I don't know how to play it really at all. I just set the ball, you know what I mean? So yeah, a lot of you guys asked like what's good, and I asked you guys what do you guys need? Like, what are the best categories for volleyball? Like, do you guys need traction? Do you guys need support? Like, what is it, right? So thank you to Mike for telling me like a lot of the categories, but there are, of course, different positions in volleyball. So he says for front row players and also back row players and all that, it is a little bit different in what you guys need. But for the most part, for cushion, bounce, and impact protection is very, very good, just because if you're spiking the ball, right, you're also probably jumping a lot. Also, traction is super important. You know, you're gonna be moving around, especially lateral movements, you know, trying to get the ball. So traction, of course, is very important. Lateral containment is very important too. Support, you know, if you're moving side to side, you don't want your foot to come out of the shoe really at all. And also weight, you know, you want a lightweight shoe. You don't want it to be too heavy, which of course that makes sense. I don't know why you would ever want a heavy shoe, right? Even in basketball, you don't really want anything too heavy. But for the most part, I try to put together a list, right? So I'm gonna try to tell you guys each shoe and what they excel at, and also what they kind of like aren't good at maybe. But this is my list for you guys. And if you guys do want to cop any of these shoes, I try to leave an affiliate link in the description box. But let's get started off with the New Balance two-way V3. So it has really good traction, right? Not amazingly amazing, like top tier, but it has solid traction. Also, cushion is super nice, not bouncy, but impact protection is good. And if you're looking for court feel, the two-way V3, super duper low to the ground. You have very good lateral containment as well. It's a very supportive shoe, and also it is on the lighter side of things. They're pretty lightweight too. So yeah, a two-way V3 I feel like will be good for you guys. Next, we got the Adidas BYW Select. I feel like this is the only shoe that's good that Adidas has to offer, right? So the BYW Select has solid traction. Not the best on dust, right? You're gonna have to wipe a little bit, but for the most part, it has solid traction. Cushion also is pretty damn nice. Step and comfort is great. You have a cutout in the heel, and also the stroke board is on the softer side of things. So step and comfort, underfoot cushioning is very good. Impact protection also is really good. If you're looking for a super bouncy cushion, this is not the best shoe, right? But if you're looking for impact protection, the cushion is very nice in the BYW Select. Also, support is good, right? You have all those lateral counters, like the foam coming up, acting as a sidewall. Lateral containment is good. As far as lightweight goes, not the most lightweight shoe. If I remember correctly, it was like a little bit heavier than average, but it's definitely not super bulky or anything like that. So yeah, BYW Select, if you're looking for a really comfortable cushion with good traction, great option. Next, we got the Nike LeBron 20 or the LeBron Next Gen, right? So the Next Gen is a little bit lighter. So if you want the lighter shoe overall, then the Next Gen is the better option. So they're basically the same shoe. Very similar feeling shoes. The traction is really good. I would even say the LeBron 20 is a little bit better. The LeBron Next Gen that I had, right, it was a translucent outsole. It picked up a little bit more dust than the solid rubber outsole that I had on the LeBron 20, right? The cushion, they're both really good. It's a little bit different, right? The Next Gen has a top-loaded zoom unit in the heel. The LeBron 20 has a bottom-loaded zoom unit in the heel. However, the foam, the actual foam, is a lot softer than the LeBron 20 than the Next Gen. However, you have a 4-foot zoom turbo unit, which is pretty damn bouncy, so that'll be good if you want a little bit extra bounce. Also, impact protection is very good for both of these shoes, especially or even on heel strikes, right? Material, the Next Gen is a little bit thinner, right? And like I said, the Next Gen is overall a little bit lighter. However, the LeBron 20, it feels a little bit more supportive, right? It's like overall, like your foot is not moving around inside of the shoe as much as the Next Gen, right? So they're both very good and very similar feeling. However, there's just a few tiny little differences, right? All right, next we got the Nike KD 15, right? So, I mean, obviously if you want bounce, this is the pretty much the bounciest you can get besides another shoe on this list, or two other shoes on this list. But yeah, you have full length zoom strobo, of course, the traction is absolutely amazing. You have top tier traction, so you're gonna be good to go in the KD15s. Super thin material in the forefoot, but also it's pretty like foamy in the back, right? Not the lightest feeling shoe, if I remember correctly. It's like around average weight, but it definitely is not super heavy or anything like that, but not super lightweight either. Support's great. You know, I had no issues with lateral containment or anything like that. Just be careful on the heel slippage, of course. But overall, I feel like the KD15 is a very, very good option. Next, we got the Zoom GT Cut 2.0, right? So I don't really like the Zoom GT Cut 2 just because it's so damn crazy for the cushion. But I'm guessing volleyball players like crazy cushion. So if you like crazy cushion, this is the shoe to get, right? So you have full length Zoom Strobel, right? And also on top of that, you have the drop-in midsole, which is you're pretty damn high up off the ground. So court feel is not great, but impact protection is really, really good. And also you have a lot of compression, great step and comfort, and a lot of bounce from the cushion. Traction, I would say, is pretty good. You know, it's solid, it's pretty good. You know, nothing amazing, you know, which kind of sucks, especially with the smear traction or whatever. Traction is not a priority in that shoe. Material is thin overall, supportive, but like I said, if you're looking for really, really crazy cushion, the GT Cut 2 is a really good option. And same thing with the Jordan 37 low, right? Don't get the Jordan 37, like the highs. I would suggest getting the lows just because, you know, the material is a little bit more durable, and also it's a low top, which I like. But the traction overall is pretty solid. However, it does pick up a little bit of dust. The cushion with the double stack Zoom Strobel unit in the forefoot is crazy. It's so damn bouncy, so much compression. So if you're looking for a crazy amount of bounce in the forefoot, that's the shoe to get. Heel strikes, not the best just because, I mean, it's not terrible, but there's really not a whole lot of compression. There's all that caging with the plastic in the heel. Material, it's super duper thin. It's a very, very lightweight shoe and very minimal feeling shoe as well. Lateral containment and also support is really good in the Jordan 37 low too. So if you're looking for a lot of bounce, that's also a great option. But if you don't want too much bounce, but you want a nice little subtle bounce with a good amount of bounce, right? Comparing it to like actual traditional foams, then get the Tatum 1, just because that zoom unit in the forefoot is really, really nice. It's not too much compression, not too much bounce for me, in my personal opinion. But you know, there's that nice bounce in the forefoot. Also, the heel cushion is super duper soft, and the core feels really, really good. You have amazing core feel. Traction also is pretty damn good. If you're playing on a clean court, it does pick up a little bit of dust, however. Material is super duper thin, very lightweight shoes, probably one of the lightest shoes on this list. However, not the most supportive feeling shoe, right? So if you're looking for a super supportive shoe, then the Tatum 1 is obviously not the best option. However, it was adequate for me when I was playing basketball. So I feel like it'll probably be adequate for you guys if you're playing volleyball, right? But again, if you're looking for a lot of support, not the best option. All right, next we got the Wild 10, which I feel like is a really, really good shoe overall, right? So the cushion, obviously it's not as bouncy as like Zoom Strobel or Zoom. However, you have that full length boom, you know, cushion right underneath your foot, soft mesh Strobel board, step and comfort's great. You have good court feel. You also have a nice little subtle bounce, and impact protection is great. Traction is really, really good. Support's great. Lateral containment, you know, your foot's not moving around inside of the shoe. And also the Wild 10 is pretty damn lightweight too. So the Wild 10 is, like I said, a very, very good overall all-around shoe. All right, next we got the AC11, right? And pretty much the same exact kind of specs as the Wild 10. However, it is a little bit heavier. It's a little bit heavier, but like I said, cushion pretty much the same. Traction is really, really good. It does pick up a little bit more dust than the Wild 10, however. And then the material super duper thin, but also the support is really good in that shoe as well. And then last but not least, if you really like playing Kobe's, right, the Kobe 8, Kobe 9, or the Kobe 11, if you've played in those and you're okay with, I mean, I guess like the cushion was not good in the Kobe's, but if you want better cushion, then definitely check out the Player 1 by Series Player Only. So yeah, it looks like the Kobe 11 and Kobe 8, and it plays very similarly to them, right? Traction is freaking phenomenal. Cushion also, if you want to spend a little bit more money and then get the like drop-in midsole that you can get, it has more cushion. It's a little bit softer as well. Impact protection is better in that cushioning setup. You know, super lightweight and minimal feeling shoe. Support is great in that shoe as well. And yeah, so the Player 1 is a great option for you guys. And also the 808 right? The 808 I would say the cushion is not as nice as the Player 1. However, it's a lot better than Kobe's. And it's also, the 808.2 is cheaper than the Player 1. So if you're looking to save money, you know, traction is also amazing in the 808.2. You have that drop in midsole with the cloud foam, right? Material super duper thin. The heel is a little bit clunky just because you have that rubber cage, but it's nothing terrible. So the 808.2 is a great option as well. But anyways, that about concludes this list. Hope this list helped you guys out, just because, like I said, I don't play volleyball, but a lot of you guys told me what you guys wanted, and I did my best and try to put a good list together for you guys. So hopefully this list does help you guys out. Again, if you guys do want to get any of these shoes, I'll try to leave the link in the description box. But that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.